Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Miss Ziggy's Dog Tribe. Today we are here in Pune with Koira Club. That's
Hello.
Sahil Sharma, Amruta Patwardhan.
Hi.
And today we are going to be talking about leash walking, something that most pet parents struggle with, most dogs struggle with. Guys, we get a lot of questions on Ziggy's account about what tips we can actually use for dogs that are not listening to us during walks. They're very distracted, they're just doing their own thing. Parents say that they're extremely curious and they're just so busy doing the sniffari part of it in the initial part of the walk that it's almost impossible to control them. And especially when you're walking on the road, there are cars coming and going, there are people, of course there are dogs, and the dog is literally overstimulated by everything. So what do you all think that we can do for that?
So honestly, it boils down to the relationship that you have with your dog. It might be a fantastic relationship that you have inside the house, but outside where there are like a plethora of distractions, your relationship or you might become incidental to the
Absolutely.
dog, and you're just like a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
So what I would honestly suggest is work on your relationship with the dog in terms of start with your obedience training, and if you've already done it, do a refresher of it. And what I would suggest is do it in a zero distraction environment. Do the obedience training, which also involves leash walking, mind you, a slack leash walk. So you can start practicing that inside your house, and you can start, then slowly start proofing it. Proofing means making the behavior more robust. You can start doing that in different environments.
So do you suggest that you're actually practicing leash walking inside the house?
Yes.
Because that's the comfort zone and no distractions.
Yes.
And then you slowly maybe go to the terrace again where there are just a few distractions.
Yeah.
So you're kind of setting your dog up also for success.
Exactly.
Right. And then maybe you go to like the building compound where there's few more distractions, and then to the road and then
Right.
to the dog
Exactly.
park.
Right, because in the house, the puppy already knows about his do's and don'ts. Once you get the puppy home, that's when the training starts.
Yeah.
So the puppy already has an idea. A leash is a new tool in the puppy's life. And okay, so now what? Practice those things at home, because you put it on, the puppy is going to think, okay, there's something dragging me, chalo, bite, chew. Instead, practice at home, then move to the terrace, like you said. And I have seen a lot of Ziggy's video where you're doing activities on the terrace with the bubbles and whatnot. So yeah, you can practice it on terrace with where there'll be fewer distractions. Would be the birds and even the sound of the vehicles.
Yeah.
But from a further away distance, it's Bombay.
Yeah.
Ziggy stays in Bombay, so like there's noise everywhere.
Yeah.
And then maybe practice in the compound where people will be going in, coming, and like there will be cars driving through the parking and all that, and then move to the roads. And by the time you have moved to the road where you will be doing the leash walk forever, that is when the proofing happens.
Yeah.
And if the dog is listening to you, then that means you're doing the right thing.
And that will be really handy to go like slowly adding distractions and not just going straight from home to road.
Absolutely.
Because there's a huge difference between the two.
How has your experience been with Ziggy's whole journey?
I struggled with a lot of this
Right.
initially, so actually doing different places can also become tricky because of the
Correct.
same reason, because every new place has a whole new set of
Right.
distractions. But I feel like the more exciting we make it with the agility stuff, the sniffari and all of that, that is what tires her out, and then she calms down,
Exactly.
and I find that automatically she's walking alongside me.
Yeah, and again, the whole point is that these activities that you're doing with her, that makes you much more exciting than the world around her, simply because you are giving her access to that.
Yes.
You
And
see?
like every trainer in the world says, you are the reward for the dog. But yeah, I think we've all seen Zigu's videos, and she's a complete she loves the outdoors so much.
Loves it.
And I'm pretty sure if Zigu is on a leash, even a rapper can distract her.
Totally. She's so used to being like, free off the leash and amazing outdoor spaces that finally when we do go back to the road, she's like, what is this? Surely I can go faster and I can explore by myself.
And there are a lot of times when, because of the positive association with the leash, the dogs are overexcited, as we were discussing before. What you can do to calm the dog down is, after putting off the leash, don't immediately take the dog out. Practice your obedience training at home. obedience training, the sit, the stay, the nose, and the drop command and everything. Practice it at home, or maybe build a foundation to start teaching the dog a new trick, so that the mental stimulator, the excitement is channeled into a productive activity.
Right.
And you don't have to, it doesn't take a lot of time. It
5
could be like a
minutes.
5 minutes or 6 minutes. This thing. Don't push yourself, to finish the new trick or that activity, but just make sure that the dog is, calm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
yeah, like-
basically rewarding the calmness.
Yes.
You're basically rewarding the
Yeah.
calmness, because the dog is like, I really want to go out now. I
Yeah.
might want to go out to explore. I might
Yeah.
want to go out to relieve myself. So by doing these things, you are also subtly, first of all, this practice is meant for dogs that are overtly excited
Yeah.
while going out. There are some dogs who are absolutely neutral
Yeah.
and just plain happy, and they trot along. This is like for those overtly enthu cutlets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, where you kind of mentally stimulate them, so that kind of brings those nerves kind of down, and then you go out, so the dog is also far more settled.
And dogs pick up on everything. They know exactly when you're going to go for a walk with them or without them. Doesn't matter if you're wearing sandals today or sports shoes the next day, but they just know it. So always remember, the dog is also observing you, so use that to your advantage, and keep yourself calm as well.
Yeah.
A very the common word used before going for a walk is chalo. If a dog is sleeping also and you say chalo, even I'll go inside the room, the dog is going to get activated. So even if the dog does get excited, don't reward it too much. Don't reward that behavior too much.
Reward calmness.
If that excitement is getting out of control. A little rugrat like Zigu, she looks adorable with all the excitement. But if it's a bigger dog in size,
No, but even
Yeah.
with Ziggy, I mean, the days that I feel like she's reaching like the zoomies level before a walk,
Correct.
and I know she's going to be a real pain
Hmm.
during the walk, I usually bring out the bubbles and
Yeah.
start doing bubbles. She jumps around a lot, and
Yeah.
a lot of that excitement energy, the physical excitement energy, comes out in
Yeah.
that, and then the walk is a lot easier to manage, because
Yeah.
she doesn't have that kind of like zippy energy
Yeah,
to like,
yeah.
just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm like running behind.
and what is also important is don't do an activity which is too exciting. Like Sahil said, it should be, the purpose is to calm the dog down, because usually what happens is then by the time you reach the road, the dog is overstimulated,
Yeah.
and then it is a task to control puppies. So, yeah.